Alright everyone, hello. Today I'm going to show you how to flash IceColdJelly from Lord Cloakin on an XDA developers. This ROM is a really excellent ROM. It's based off of Android 4.2.1 for the HTC OneX. Lord's done a pretty good job. Actually, Lord's done an excellent job. His team has done a good job as well. I'd like to thank Lord and the IceCold team of Ton, Ike, SimDoc, and Neo. They've done a lot of testing and helped Lord with some fixes and things like that. Definitely Neo, he's done a lot with his kernel as well, and Ton making a beautiful theme. Ike's helped him out with that theme as well. There's some other themes out there as well, but today what I'm going to show you how to do is flash ICJ and recovery as well, and show you a couple of shortcuts and some things that were mentioned to me. First off, you need to download ICJ, and I've already got it downloaded, but this is the web page or the forum for ICJ, and there's all the IceCold team donations. Hey, buy those fellas a beer. They would be greatly appreciated. I still need to do that myself. But here's the download link to Lord's ROM, and I'll take you to the server where it's maintained. It's got the change log in it, the most up to date. He actually keeps quite a few in there. The further it goes, the more will be in there. So you definitely pay attention to the size. And one of the other downloads you're going to need is the G apps. So if you click here, it'll take you to the GU web page where the G apps are at. And the one you're going to need is the one for 4.21. If you want to go back to 4.1.2, you can select that one. If you're going to stay on 4.21, download this one, the 2012-12-12. Also, if you want to change recovery, there's a TeamWin recovery project, or TWRP 2.3. If you want to get that, you just go to their web page. You can select Get TWRP for your device. Start typing HTC One, and you're going to look for HTC OneX International Tegra 3 Endeavor. Select that. That'll take you to the web page to download it. It's about a 6 megabyte large drive. I haven't downloaded this yet, so this will take just a few seconds to download. But I'm going to show you how to flash this as well, and show you where to put that. There are scripts out there to flash this stuff without having the Android SDK, but I don't like using them. I like doing stuff myself. That way, if there's any problems, I can go back and I can trace my steps and troubleshoot what I've done myself, whether I've named something wrong or done something like that. Alright, now that we have everything downloaded already that we need to flash for this ROM, I like to keep a lot of my stuff in a folder, and this ROM right here is one I built from source. This is the one I downloaded from Lord. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to extract the boot image from this, and what it's going to do is it's going to expand it. It's going to create a folder, and that folder you're going to have your system, your meta, and your boot image. The boot image is you're going to need to place that into platform tools of your Android SDK. The reason why you need to place it there is that is where your fast boot's at. So normally what I do, I'll just copy it and paste it. Now I already have a boot image that's an older one in there, so normally what I do is I'll have a folder for the old boot images in case I need it, and I'll drag it into there. For this, I don't really, at this point in time, I don't use my Mac OS that much. I use Linux. I have a dual booting system to do that. But notice our boot image is in there now. Here's our fast boot command server. Here's our ADB command server in case you need to use that. I don't use it very often, only every now and then when I need to push something. Most of the time I just use copy and paste. Alright, so now we are set up. We have our boot image and our platform tools. We have our ROM ready to go to flash. You can also download the ROM directly to your SD card on your phone. I do that sometimes. Most of the times I don't, because I pretty much build my ROMs from Lord source. So if you want to take the opportunity to learn to do that, Neo wrote a document that teaches you how to, or helps you learn how to build from source. It's fairly easy. He did a great job, so take the time to read through that, and it's well worth the time. Alright, I'll be back in a few minutes with flashing this ROM. Alright, this is where I'm going to show you how to do the boot image, flash the boot image here for ICJ. Now, you can do recovery the same way. The recovery is a slightly different command, not much, but I'm going to show you how to do the boot image. First, we need to change directory to the correct directory of where the boot image is actually put. Remember where we put it? I told you earlier I put it in the SDK because that's where it's actually at. Now there's several different commands we're going to use. We're going to use fastboot erase cache, and that's going to erase the cache. So now see, here's a mistake that I forgot. One thing that I forgot to do was, now this would work for Windows, but for Linux and Mac you have to put the / in there so it knows which file you're actually using. So we just erased our cache. The other thing you can do is you can do it once you've already done this. If you need to do it again, you can hit up and you can cycle through your commands. Now here is a neat little trick. Type the first two letters, it's a wildcard, tab, and there it is. Now we're sending our boot over. Now we need to erase cache again. Remember where I said hit up? You don't have to type it in. That will actually still be in there even the next time when you turn the computer off and turn it back on. You start up to do this again. Now we just erased our cache. The next thing we're going to be doing is actually flashing the ROM in recovery. So I will be back in a few minutes to show you how to do that. Now this is where we're going to mount our SD card to load the ROM on the SD card. So when you boot into TeamWin Recovery Project, you're going to select Mount USB. Now your SD card will pop up, HTC storage. When you open it up, you're going to see several different folders. And one of the ones you're going to see is the folder called 0. They've talked about that on a lot of the sites when 4.21 came about. They took everything from your SD card and moved it over to the 0. That's due to the user, or the dual user capability that was built into 4.2.1. So everything's been moved into here. If you want to go back to 4.1.2, basically open that folder, select everything in there, copy it, and then paste it back out to the root of the SD card. I like to keep all my downloads for ICJ, I like to keep it in the download folder. So basically, I can just copy and paste it over in there. My GApps is already in there, and my ROM's already in there. There's the ICJ from source that Neo made up. Again, if you want to build from source, I recommend that. Now that we already have our ROM and our GApps in our folder, we can go ahead and unmount the SD card. And we're going to install. We're going to select our ROM. And the good thing about TWRP is you can add more than one zip. So we can flash multiple zips, and you have a max of 10. I've done more than 2 before. I ran into issues. They may be fixed now. I typically normally flash just the ROM and the GApps, and then if I want to flash anything else, I'll just come back and flash that. Slide the bar over to flash it. We've done flashed our ROM, now we're flashing the GApps. The next menu that'll come up after GApps allows you to either go back to the home screen for TWRP, reboot your system, or wipe cache and dablet cache. Now I always do this after I flash, just in case it'll clear any issues. If there are any issues, hit back and then reboot your system, and ICJ should come up at that point. Alright, I will be back in a little bit with flashing recovery. Okay, I'm back with how to flash recovery. Since we downloaded recovery already, you saw it, I moved it into platform tools. It's open recovery TWRP 2.3.3.0 endeavor.img. There again, we moved it in here because when we do our fast boots commands, it needs to be in there. Now you can set up in your bash profile if you want to have that fast boot look at other folders. I don't do that. I just leave it as the way it is. Some of those other guys will know. Since we're already in our platform tools, we're going to do and remember the whole first 2 letters and tab, or you can drag the file in there and do it that way. Hit enter. It's sending our recovery, flashing it, and we're done. You can reboot your phone, check out your new recovery. If you have any issues, stop by ICJ forum or even the TWRP forum. There they have there's a lot of good things going on. This is a great ROM. I think you'll really like it. Very helpful, very friendly individuals in there. A lot of knowledge. A lot of people that do a lot of testing. Even if they're not part of the beta team, they're still testing stuff and letting Lord know stuff all the time. So again, if you got any questions, shoot me a PM or drop something in the forum. All right. Enjoy ICJ.